What I have here today, February 18th, 2013, is how I sharpen my screwdrivers. Here are my screwdrivers. I was working on the watch and the tips were too fat for the slot in the screw, so I couldn't unscrew the screws. So that means it's time to sharpen the screwdrivers, as I call it. So here's the drawing I made. So there's a screwdriver. Okay, this is a good tip. It's narrow. It's like that. Now after you use these screwdrivers and screws that are not cooperative, you know, shear off part of the tip. I've done this, and I've done where it took off both sides. And since I'm lazy, I just quickly stone off the projection here to make it flat again. But when you do that, you make the tip wider or fatter, so eventually it won't fit into some of the screws, and that's my problem, and as usual, not to scale. So what I'm going to show today is how I sharpen, or put a tip on there. Let me drop it down one. What I have to do this, I have two things. I have my screwdriver holder. If you squeeze it, you get a hole there, so the screwdriver goes in there. And I have a stone for sharpening. I think this is fine or extra fine. I don't remember. I got a couple of these. I think I use this one. You can see I use it a lot. I might have to get a new one. And what I do, let's see, I have my loop too because I have to examine the tips. I do all this by eye. What screwdriver should I first? Make sure I start with what is the fattest one? We'll start with the biggest one. Let me push these aside. They're in my way. So what I do is I squeeze this thing so I can stick the screwdriver in it. And I usually try to all put them, let's say, like that. You know, let's see if it focuses all the way like that. And then what you have to do next is you have to eyeball it. Because since there is no nothing on here to line up the tip to make sure it's, let's say, flat. And I never get it 100%. I'm going to use my loop now so I can examine. I get it by eye, I locate it. And it never, excuse me, I never get it right. So I got it lined up, got it engaged, and what I do next is I push down the front. I go back and forth a number of times. Let's see, I'm going to do it 10 back and forths. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. And then I look at it. Switch eyes again. I'm going to look at it. I just look at it to see how I'm doing it. Let me see, what can you see in the camera? What can you see in the camera? Come on. Oh, you can see where it was fresh grinding. Maybe I'll do another 10. No, then I'll flip it over. And you gotta flip it over and do the other side the same amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you examine that side. Let's see. Will it be kind enough to focus? And I don't know, you can see where it ground. So anyway, you keep on doing that, and you can get a knife edge on this sucker. But the problem is if you make it too sharp, it gets weaker, and it will shear off. I'm gonna wipe this clean. Now I'm gonna examine it again. And this one looks not too bad. Sometimes you gotta square them off, by taking the stone and going like this, just make sure it's got a square edge. This one doesn't look too bad, so I'm gonna do 10 more. I flip it over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The reason I favor, because it's got a screw here, and I gotta favor this side so the screw doesn't grind against the stone. That's why I screwed up on that one. So that's basically it. I'm gonna wipe this off so I can see it better. So like I said, you can get a nice pointy edge on these things. And every now and then you have to do that because, screws are not cooperative. On the old watches I work on, or take apart or whatever, screws don't cooperate. And I shear many tips, and I've done this a lot, as you can see by looking at this stone. So anyway, so that's basically what I do. So I have to do that to all these, and that'll be it. And I can continue. Like I say, I only do this when I can't get this screwdriver into this screw. Then I know it's time to do it. That's my indicator. So that's it for today. No, that's it for this now. So this is how I maintain my screwdrivers. Thank you for your cooperation. Hope you enjoyed the program. And as usual, enjoy the rest of your day. And wait till it gets to 45.